Limits and Horizons, poems by Vlad Neagoe. The final ray is beating on the standard of victory, hanged up by the marble staircase. I didn't inherit anything. Gentle breath of old glamour swallows everything. The echo, the eternity, are searching for your eyes, your mouth, my legacy. The unseen no longer answers when silent, as some other time your smile is calling out him on the high banner that is dreaming the sea, and the joys were melting in the ghost of water. The ships were sinking, our land is sorrowful and full of tears, of live coals. As the golden timepiece chain, they are whispering about death, and the lamps were kindled in the doorposts of houses. Only you, my heritage, are catching the final trace of light. She is alive. The path of dawn opens one more day through woods, crystal-like blossom under the touch of wind. Does it consume the evanescence of your body, beloved? It is a step forward, but there will be needed another millennia as a single moment to be the one. Still, the promise doesn't abandon us. As the invincible, as the invisible watchman that carries his footsteps, as in a dream, and the sky will get wider through the ruins of sleep. But the wind will endure our living bodies smelling of dust. The sun of my past comes to life, the eyes and the hours of flowers. Another time, unendurable paradises, rarefied the deep azure. A breeze can hardly breathe at sea. Some famous trees can barely pass. I have been looking through broken window pane for a long time, but no one arrives. It was the foreseeable, and this inquietude and this expectancy on this empty shore between life and death, and no trace on the fugitive solitude into the clearness of Jupiter. There is no endlessness, and still there is. The herd couple, wandering through air, is dreaming about the sea through the breach of a mirage. Along the endless sands, the caress, the wave are gliding with the echo along their bright body, washing the promise in flames, closed into soul, and this blind outcry of the birds that pervade the recollection on wings twinkle of death. Our migratory dream is falling asleep, carrying this language that thickens the shades of sky. Milky pitch darkness, the rhythm of her heels descending the mountain, will take the transparency of your countenance. Unraveling the threads of exile, the creature gets white with the laughter, as long as the love also burns the ashes. You're freezing and freezing, and you'll never see your dust that has deafened you. The night stretches its veil and waters itself with the dew that keeps the dream. She has occurred. Where shall we go? The tongues of silence are licking your calves. On the beaches of sky, waves of solitude give birth to you. In all the moment, the fabric of firmament has already touched us, as some children into the shell of soul, where fragrances get clearer. We were laughing hopelessly, giving us to each other. The completeness of the last hyphen, the tongues of silence are licking the paths. of destiny that fall apart in waves. The eye awakens. They are dying with serenity. The eternal lesson of beatitude is the sonata springing out of the corner of piano, out of the wink of mouth, pulverizing the prophecy. This abyssal earth, tightly related to heart, to the threads of writing, whether you will to die or will to live, open a window over another window. You can speak only with the moon, in heart's game, blossoming like a flower, in my enlightened palms. All my soul leaps unto this abyssal earth. This horse that turns his eye around, as a woman throws his aflame mane on the back in order to melt into the roses of love that are dreaming under the shadow of life, galloping into the garment of silence. On the plain blackened by sun, the horse blazing vapors through nostrils is tossing volutes of spermaceti, of musk. This horse was plotting the first dialogue with a woman on celestial paths, at the spring of a fortress of love. The light of horses is coming here, to talk that here is no other life than this only one for horses and women, that come to bother us. Frightened they envy us, as a neighing into the voice of a muezzin. The last curtain reveals the lights of a prayer. The actors are playing the astral arcane into an alcove dream, enraptured by the tenderness of an odd sun, with the smell of a rosewood over the naked bodies, the colorful lights of a divine contiguity. Out of soul, the song reinvents the signs of peace after a delusive, noisy life. The dear conundrum that life perceives it and answers to it, going up the stairs, where we can see everybody tortured by the trials to solve it. A new assault to the skies as a new ray from the same water of prayer. So happy as long as a lifetime, in years to come, golden nets shall long protect this couple in love, as helpless insects abandoning man's spaces. They lead their light to burst on threads in the movement of truth, on the white altar, in the beat of moment. We share ourselves with the fragments of verb, sign after sign, symbol after symbol, refound in life's book, so happy as all lifetime in luminescent lover's mouth, rewhitening the night with some androgyny insects, entirely unveiled. We are reborn, 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 crucified on the cross of history. The result, however, shall always be destructive. The night reveals war as an ocean. Depictions, too haughty conclusions, nothing abyssal into the nets we bear on us, nor something substantial, as if we were a day's basket with things thrown at random. A single or multiple sound is spinning round in more types. They come together in shadows that are making the dusk as an Orpheus with a lute. You master only the poetical soul, only the name as a consequence of things. The thinking hardly sounds in deeds, straightened paces. But I don't touch the heart into the coffin. It remains outside the godly non-being on the path of memory. There is always this remembrance, delineating on sand and on constructions the fundals of brush dipped in sea's foam. Where the spirit touching nostril by nostril, as a secret whisper is inventing constellations of shows. Haggard and exhausted studs, what a happy air do they have for the reason they have a body without which no role can be played. There is no better vehicle for exhilaration than the horse, so aware of his unique chance to endure it progressively, moving forward to music, to light from impression, to the flash of breath, trembling nostril against nostril, all the days along as star by star in the magnificence of universe. Boundless night, creating the adored maggots, stirred by the others to dream a hot cemetery. They appear to move bareheaded, asking, where shall we go to lay the adored maggots? In which cubicle of worth shall we lay down in expectation of sublime hour?